you was you was right on the point about something in there, but it just, I guess, like I said before, I thought I'd forgive myself
Mhm.
and my dad in that situation, but I guess I do fall back on that as a default.
Huh?
So it was good for me to get that motion out because I haven't felt that shaken
Yeah.
uh, since I've been in some of the situation that he felt
Oh
that
yeah.
I mean that I was in because of him, and it was
Uh-huh.
just like one of them hard, ugly down south cries. I'm just like, okay,
It's good. It
this
feels so
resonates.
good to release that. Those are chill. That's the inner child crying. That is the inner
And,
child that.
and I did that like when I did that in front of my brothers. I think I was like maybe 16, and I felt like less of a man. I was like, I'm sorry, y'all had to see that, but it was good because I needed that discharge.
Yeah.
Like the weight of my world and my head was about to explode.
Yeah.
So it brought me into that reality. But I am like I said, I'm honored to be in this situation with you.
Yeah.
So
Me
like when
too.
I said I couldn't find the stars because it was like cloudy, I'm just like, okay. I said, okay, now I need to do this exercise. I said, y'all need to show me a star because I'm getting tired of going in and out my house, trying to peek through the clouds and trying to see. And then as soon as I said, okay, I need it now, I think something happened with Julian. And I said, thank you, Julian, for getting me out of the house because it was the perfect opportunity. And I saw like three stars in a row for
Uh-huh.
me to get it in. So I was like, okay. And I said,
Yes.
I wish many wishes. So I was like, okay,
Yes.
let me just get it all out there because I was
Infinite.
so
Yes.
excited to see it. I'm like, I didn't think I was gonna get one. I'm like, I didn't want to be out at 2 a.m. trying to find my
Isn't that
stars.
funny how the portal just opens in divine timing for you though?
And then it's funny after that, the clouds covered it back up. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
You
okay.
know that was just meant for you. That's
So
awesome.
when I did that, just to fast forward, I was just led to do water fast,
Hmm.
and I've just been doing that in watermelon.
Uh-huh.
So I've been this Sunday will be a week, so I made it, and it was just so exhilarating. So I can just get all the detox, whatever
Yeah.
spiritual cleansing that I need. So
Flush.
and I never thought I can do a water fast like this. I never ever been able to do this in my whole life. But
Yeah.
because of that push that I got from you, it was just like,
Uh-huh.
okay, this is what I need to do. And
Good.
I didn't tell Janelle, and she's like, wait, I said, I'm doing this. I'm just led, and I don't know how long I'm gonna do it, but I'm just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, I can tell you're losing some extra mass off of you, which is
Yeah.
great. Yes, I could tell all immediately your shirt feels looks like it's you
See,
got room to fill it, but you're not trying to fill it. That's
no,
awesome.
I ain't trying to go that way.
No, you're
I'm
not trying
trying
to
to
do
maintain
that.
what I'm supposed to have. So when I did that, so that was just a blessing. So I was kind of like doing your inner child
The
exercise. So
meditation, yeah.
that there were
Okay.
certain days. One day I missed, but I've been really, really doing it. And then doing the exercise in the evening that helped
Uh,
me and Julian because we started doing that together.
Okay.
That helped him get rid of all his energy too. So
And
and
who's this again? Your
our
son?
son, yes,
Oh,
our
awesome.
so
Awesome. And
that
that's what our aim is for the family to receive so that you all have this space to receive all these blessings that can come and benefit everyone,
so,
not just
so
you.
I was so I was journaling and stuff. So I and then you said write down the artist and I would just say, oh, I want to work with T Pain too. So I
Yes.
wrote T Pain and then I wrote
I've been channeling him. He's been
and
in my
and then
my energy lately.
okay,
That's so
then
cool.
Kalani
Look
and then
at you.
like you said my other guy. So
Bryson
uh,
Tiller.
Tyson Tiller. So yeah,
Yes.
I used to listen to this song because I'm like, where did this guy come from? And then
Right?
I'm just like, okay, I never thought this idea would happen. So I'm just grateful that something is pushing me that way. Um, but yeah, so I've been feeling really really good. My energy has been really really good.
Any
And
triggers? Wait, let's not breeze over that now.
what she say?
Any triggers?
Um,
Because it's not all light and love. There's
so, but I was just
triggers.
thinking because of that. But maybe I should. Um, what you're saying about my ex. So maybe we talked briefly on the phone about
Okay.
our ending, whatever we was going through as far as, not letting each other go.
Okay.
So she was like, because it was like things that she would manipulate and try to control.
Mhm.
So I will always have my guard up.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, when is the next move? When is the next obstacle gonna come in my
Right.
direction?
When's the next
So
dropping?
okay. So I was thinking that, and then I told my wife, I said, I think I just need to just go give her a hug and just say, we're done. We both, she said she forgive me. I said I forgive her.
Yeah.
And then I just don't want, because she was when we had that last conversation, she's like, so that means you'll say hi to me and then out in public? And I was like,
Oh, y'all live that close to each other?
right down the street. It's just,
Woo!
it's been like this my entire divorce. We like separated for 2 years and then we got divorced. So we've been like
Yeah.
divorced for like
So
6 years, but she's been in my radius the whole
Right.
time. So
yeah,
and that's why I was having hangups because and that's her type of spirit. And when early in our marriage, I hung around other young couples that were musicians and their marriage fell apart. There was things that happened.
mhm.
And she would say, when are we gonna have problems? I'm just like, who does that? Why would you wish that out in the
Yeah.
atmosphere?
Yeah.
We don't want to be just because they're in our circle, don't mean we gotta go that direction.
Right.
But it's just like her mentality, it's just like, okay, you want to see on the negative side. So,
Yeah.
so
But you know what? Can I just interject? The reason why, because our lives are perfect. I want you to know your life is perfect. In this moment, right now, your life is completely perfect. There's nothing, as long as you have breath going through you and you're not walking around in a serious pain and, and you're not, handicapped or paralyzed, even so, your life is still perfect. So those instances that you had with your ex, they were only a piece of the puzzle on how to be or not to be, right? So you see the power in other people and how they use or abuse their own power, right? So she's probably an air sign or has a lot of air in her chart. She was communicating things in a negative tone, and you knew back then that wasn't good, but now you see in the outcome, wow, my voice and what I speak into existence is very powerful, and so is everyone else's. So I need to be more aware of who I'm allowing to feed my ears and things to listen to. And she was just an example. Okay. Now you can take the emotional trauma, feelings, attachments off of that relationship with her and just look at it from a factual basis. And that is the whole purpose in doing these healing sessions. It's not to say that you're not going to go back and think about it and reflect on it, because you're supposed to, but don't go back and relive the traumas. There's no reason to keep replaying certain scenarios back in your memory. We're only going back there for facts.
And that's what when you said, now the new things, when I face new things with my dad, I can challenge it now and feel comfortable and not, because like I treated Julian, it's like you're being disrespectful, but you got to still honor their opinion and their voice.
Well,
so that kind of like enlightened me. Then I heard someone say, when you get through your trauma, you can talk about it and it doesn't hurt you anymore.
Yes.
So it becomes a knowledge for you.
Right.
The pain is not there.
Correct. Yeah. So we're doing is going back to a factual, and I too myself, because I've been through, I've experienced a divorce as well. The feelings of failure, the feelings of.
That's what I felt the whole time. It's like, I'm like, God doesn't like divorce. I'm like, but I knew this person wasn't the right one for me.
Right.
I was just like,
Yeah.
I just saw my life in misery. This is not what I'm called to do, because I'm not, I love kids, but I don't want to be just sitting on the porch, rocking kids. And I said, I got something else to do. And then I just said, I was like, God, I had these visions when I was little, but I don't see this coming in that direction. So that means I had to get a divorce, but I felt guilty, because that we have to go that route
Mm-hmm.
to make things better and opportunities open up. So,
Right.
but like you said, that guilt was on my head so
Yes.
hard, so
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. The guilt, the feeling of failure, the feeling of even your self-worth comes into play because you feel like you weren't worthy enough or you didn't do enough or weren't good enough as well. So a lot of those, okay, so I want to tell you about this device I have. Have you ever seen one of these? Is the EMF?
No, I haven't.
Electromagnetic frequency. So what it does is it picks up on people use these when they want to see if there's a spirit or if there's energy around them. So I've been having it, but I decided to introduce it into my sessions. So at any point, it starts to go off. That means that spirit is actually here with us, and certain things that we may speak or say will trigger it to do that. So I just want you to know, like, and especially when we go into the meditation, and I know I still owe you your video. I'll be working on that.
Okay, and my wife too.
Yes, and about 10 other people. It's a little bit of a process.
Okay,
I do have my new MacBook, so I'll be working on that. But so this here, like when you go back and watch the replay, you can see in certain points, if anything, like triggers for it to go off, and then you can relate it back to what we were discussing in the session. Okay, because I did this yesterday. I actually did a session with my own brother yesterday, and just like him, he has to book a session with me too. He doesn't get any discounts. But I did this yesterday with him, and I sat it here and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to continue to do that because I like having that, because spirit does very much come into our sessions and let us know that they're here. So if for any reason you see that, that's what's happening. Okay. So I'm really super excited for you. I'm glad you're having a lot of breakthroughs. A lot of my clientele are actually males. And I've been working with males probably the longest. So it's, and breaking down and really being vulnerable. That is great. I'm glad that you had that experience and that you trusted me with that, because I really take honor in your healing process. So thank you so much for your feedback. Today, I do want to touch back into the Father. Okay, I still want to kind of touch in a little bit of there, see if there's anything else I can channel that needs to possibly come up again from that. Okay, because one session is great. However, usually there's still some things that come up during the week or the month that will let you know, like, I'm still working on this and I'm still working through this, and that's fine. Did you do the picture exercise with him? Where I asked you to have do you have it with you?
That's what I can pull it up. And that's what made me go into that after the first thing I did.
Yes.
And I sat here and meditated on my thoughts. And
you're a great student.
I brought the picture up and it just all come welling down.
Yes. Okay, good. So the videos you sent me, you probably had it there, which you tell that you see how much more powerful that is.
Yeah. Because
you couldn't even look at me.
Right.
You wouldn't even really look at me while you were doing it. And I felt that shame still kind of overcast over you and your being. So the fact that you're even able to look at that picture and look directly at it and speak that to that person will feel it. Now, your father, he's still alive, yes?
Yes, he is.
And touch me again, how's the relationship been? Have you said you did reach out with him?
No, not since this exercise I had.
Okay, good. Well, this will prepare you for it.
Okay.
I would challenge you with Independence Day coming up, right?
Right.
New you. I would challenge you to reach out to him and just leave it open, not with having any expectations on what he's going to do, because it's really not about him. It's really about you, so that you can see where the healing has actually happened. We can do all the healing we want by ourselves, but it really isn't going to matter until we put ourselves back into situations with people, places, and things to really see if we apply what we've learned.
Because it used to be when I come and visit them, my body would tense up.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay,
Ooh.
I don't know if I'm gonna get the good side of you or the bad side.
Right. And you know what? When you were doing that, when you tense up and when you do that, what you don't know is that fragments of you escape because of the fear and the trauma, and your body does not want to revisit that trauma, even though you know that face is familiar. You'll tense up. So this is really good because, again, I know that your wife was saying, look, my whole family needs this. So now we are, and you see how powerful her words were. What she declared and what she desired is actually really happening, so this is amazing. And I don't want you just to do the work. I want you to actually apply it with him. So I would challenge you, like I said, this week with July 4th coming around, just reach out to him and say, hey, how are you? How are you? Just leave it open. And I want you to get comfortable with silence. You don't always have to fill in the blanks and fill in the empty spaces, okay? Because I feel like when you start to feel that you can't be comfortable with those empty spaces, it's time for you to connect back in and come up with some type of plan, right? An action plan. That's what, yep, you see that, right? Spirit wants you to have an action plan too. You see that, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you see that going off?
Yeah, I'll be falling behind my action.
Okay, so you know what I'm saying is resonating. So it's time for us to come and create an action plan, because there's going to be, because here's the thing. It's not just going to be your father. It's going to be people that have a vibration like him. Okay, it don't have to be exactly him. It's going to be someone else that's going to come in and possibly trigger or test you on your faith and your healing. Okay, so I just want you to be prepared for that so that you don't get off your square. I'm very strong about people staying on their square. If you get off that square, we got way more work to do. But if I can keep you on your square, and if you can stay on your square, you're in a much better position to weather any storm. But once you get off that square, then sometimes you fall into these rabbit holes, and we just don't want that. So I appreciate the fact that you are doing the work. You're taking it very serious. You're taking it to heart. The healing is there. I see it in you, the changes. Your smile's more genuine. You're a little bit more calm this week. You're a little bit more, more sure of yourself. The confidence is there, right? Yes. The confidence is there, and Spirit is excited for you. You see this? Spirit is like, yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
That's why I gave you your prompts, my goddess.
Right. Spirit is excited. So your guides are actually here. Let me light an incense though before we go into our meditation.
And then I'm gonna use the restroom, so it's good.
Oh, you go ahead, take your time. Oh, here's my incense right here. I should probably turn this fan off for a minute. All right, let me see. Okay.
Okay, so I'm glad you're saying my spirit guide is in, but I got one question before we start.
Sure.
I was using my pendulum.
Yeah, I love
I don't know if this is good because I be asking questions,
okay.
but I get the yes, but it seems like it's
I
not
got you.
correct.
I got you. I got
Seems
you.
like it's not correct. So I don't know what to
No, no,
trust.
no. Say less. I got
Okay,
you.
all right.
We'll work on the pendulum. I'm bursting pendulum.
Okay.
And I've been working with, that's something comes naturally to me. So I'll give you some tips at the end, okay?
Okay.
But I want to get you to a relaxed state so that you can work with that pendulum, okay? So what I did is I lit an incense. What this does is it creates a sacred space for you and I. So as we go into these meditations, only love and light and compassion will come forward, okay? So then we also ask for clarity and discernment in our sessions so that we can move forward to live out our best lives. And so it is, okay? Whenever you're ready, I just want you to get relaxed, okay? We're gonna do the 4 count. I'm just gonna tell you, you just follow the instructions and go with me, all right? So I'm gonna need you to inhale through your nose. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale again. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale again. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Keep breathing. Just keep breathing at your own pace. I just want you to fill your diaphragm and your stomach filling up with air until you can't take in any more air, and then hold it, and then let it out. And as you breathe in and out, I just want you to feel any stagnant energy and space that may be in there hiding in your intestines, in your digestive system, your lungs, your heart, and any of your organs. I just want you to feel that prana going through the body, filtering through, and then on the exhale, breathing anything out that no longer serves you. And while you do it, have a little smile on your face, giving thanks to the healing, giving thanks to your body, following you, listening to your instructions. Keep breathing. And while you're doing that, we're going to connect heart to heart. I just want you to imagine your heart chakra opening all the way wide. You see people think of red or green, but you can think of any color that your heart wants to illuminate now. I just want you to imagine your heart opening all the way up, being able to accept all the internal, infinite abundance and love that you truly deserve from Source and from the world. In this moment, I want you to feel safe. And I want you to feel complete. There's nothing that you need in this moment that you don't already have. You're going to erase any feelings of lack and having to do without. There's no sacrifices that need to be made. You are complete and you are one. Just keep breathing for me. The more you relax, the more healing that you can receive when you call in your angels and your guides. You call in some of your healing guides. They're coming in, they're coming closer. Just need to believe that they are present and that they come whenever we call them. And if you also want to call them forward, you may do so in this moment. I have the okay to move forward. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to have you stay in a relaxed state and just stay in a vulnerable position to receive all the healing. You're nothing to worry about. Anything that needs to be healed is going to in this session. We're focusing on the heart space right now. There's been some limits that you've still set. So what we're going to do is we're going to move those walls. We're going to move them out even further. It takes time to tear walls down, but I do feel that they are coming down, or at least they're thinning out. Okay. I feel like this is a defense mechanism that you have set up in your unconscious. So what we're just doing is we're just widening the area so that you may receive. And at your own time and with your own permission, you yourself will let those walls down completely when you feel safest. But right now, we're just going to, we see them. So we're just going to go ahead and pull. We're going to just widen the range of that chakra. We are replacing any anger, hate, resentment, anything that may have still be trying to hold on to the very last moment. We're replacing it with the mother and father's love. We're also filling your heart with possibilities. Possibilities that you may not even see that are forming for you and your future. Beautiful. Just keep breathing. You may feel a little tingle in your chest area. Whew, there's a little bit there. Some hidden fragments and pieces of people that you may not even know that may come up through triggers and through situations that you may address moving forward. Old friendships, even some first and second cousins. There's just some stuff that was there that we're removing. And we're going to go back into the root chakra as well, where the money, where your DNA, your imprints, your lineage is stored. We're increasing your confidence, your surety, to even be able to walk into uncertainty, but knowing that you're safe and protected. And there's a few cords that we are cutting, some energetic cords. I feel like these are from past jobs you've had, old responsibilities, feelings of being, I want to use the word slave, working really hard and not being rewarded or compensated properly. I do feel some of that in your root chakra. The guides are going to go ahead and release and cut those cords. And now we're being told to go ahead and shine and pour the gold lights around you and your ether. And what this does is it's going to empower you. It's going to bring more abundance. It's going to make you a magnet for opportunity and for more money and prosperity. It's also sealing up those old holes and leaks that you had in your ether. Sometimes during our healing processes, we don't need to know everything that's happening. We just feel better. There's something you used to ride a bus. Some things are coming out. I can't explain. I'm just seeing certain images. I'm hearing siblings as well. And I see the dog. Aww. Okay. Thank you, angels, guides, and ancestors for being present. We now allow them to step away. You will have a spirit animal. And I do feel like your spirit animal is the dog. The dog wants to stay. So with your permission, you can call the dog in or you can dismiss the dog, but that spirit guide wants to stay close to you. Man's best friend, I understand. Your angels and guides, ancestors want to leave a crown on the top of your head. They want you to always remember that you are royalty. So we are placing a crown on your head. And if you ever question your power, your place, your purpose, please remember to touch your head, and the power of the crown will empower you up and bring you the strength that you may feel that you may need more, is what I'm being told. Now, if you will, go ahead and thank your angels, guides, and ancestors for being present. And so it is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and conclude this healing session today. Everything has been sealed up. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and take a couple more deep breaths and open your eyes. Okay, so
My wife brought me a ring back from Florida. She said the guy made this, and this is for royalty and kings.
You
I've
see
been wearing
that?
it since she had it.
Do you see that?
So when you said that, I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Yes, they wanted you to know. Yes, I don't know where all this stuff comes from. I just speak. I just all right, angels, any more messages? What do we have this week? What do we have this week? Let me see where any challenges or messages that we have for Adrian this week. Let me see what we have. Let me see what pulls up for you. Okay. Look, you got the wisdom card and we just activated your heart chakra. This is awesome. Yes.
Always say, God, give me wisdom.
Yes.
I want to go through this life what way I supposed.
Yes. Look how beautiful this card is. And these are just the areas that I feel. Why don't you look at this card again?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You have
what's
the
next?
whole world in your hands to me, right? And we just thanked your angels and guides for being present, right? And this is also to me, you tapping into your feminine energy as well. I know you tap into it. I know that you have it. It's owning it and knowing that it's not feminine, it's the intuition. Okay. And that's where the wisdom is able to flow through you. Okay. So that crown that you're wearing and the ring you have, what hand is it on?
On my right hand.
Are you right-handed?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I would suggest alternating it and seeing the difference that you feel in it, because of course, if I haven't told you it yet, let me tell you, your writing hand is your sending hand. Your less dominant is your receiving. Okay. So just, journal. You could just do it for a couple 2 hours, sit it on one finger and see how it feels, and feel you sending and then feel you receiving. People always make the mistake in leaving jewelry on just one hand. And then it's like you're only doing one thing. And then you do feel imbalances and you may not know why you feel those imbalances.
Yeah, because that's how we're taught, to wear it on one side of the hand.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
I think that's good because, like our last session, we talked more about giving.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah,
glad.
it's time to receive. Yeah. See, you remember. I don't remember. I channel, so sometimes I don't remember. That's why I record, because I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't. And I just, because if I had time to remember, my ego would get caught up in it, right?
Right.
So the wisdom is the sage. I feel like you have the sage past life energy where you've been someone that's had a lot of information that people would come to you. Do you feel like that now, that, or maybe this will be something that gets activated in you?
When you said my siblings,
Yes. Oh, yes.
I was the person that they came to. I was the referee. I was the person that
Mhm.
calmed the atmosphere.
Mhm.
So they would draw to me for that type of wisdom, and I would give them that encouragement. They will always draw to me because, like you said, in that household, I was the light.
Yes.
And I just wanted everybody to know that, hey, we're in this together. We'll get through it together.
Yes.
Like I said, I would speak encouraging words to them. They thought I was going to be a preacher one day, but it was just
Mhm.
it was just one of that thing that I had an outcry to do, and I didn't like the arguing, the fighting. Even the siblings would fight between each other,
Mhm.
and I would say, we can't do this. We can't do
Yes.
this. Okay, what do we need to resolve? So that's how I was brought up in my childhood, and then for me to disappoint them, that was part of my guilt, disappointing
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
When I went to
Worked on
college,
that.
when I
Mhm.
went to college and not be there for them anymore. So I
Right.
couldn't focus on school because I'm worrying about the situation they're in,
Yeah.
and not be able to overcome. And it was just like they said, as soon as I left, all hell just broke loose. So
Mhm.
so that was something that I felt bad because I was like, I'm gonna make so much money. I'm just gonna take care of my mom and remove her from that
Yes.
situation. And I just got to do this for her. And I was just so
Right.
gung that I let myself go in that process because I wasn't taking care of
We're
myself.
just off balance, and that's okay. So let me read this to you. It says, wisdom is knowing the difference between a calculated risk and stupidity. Okay. A calculated risk and stupidity. So it says, before you worry about something, ask yourself, is it important? Will it be important in the future?
Right.
Will it be? And I feel, again, this is that intuition and the wisdom speaking, and you're going to start making more calculated risks, or taking calculated choices. Okay, moving forward, because like I said, we've opened up the portal for opportunity for you. So you're going to have a lot of stuff flowing to you. And I just want you to be aware that you don't have to give an answer immediately, but instead ask yourself, is this going to be important in the future? Is it someone wanting my time, my attention, my money? Those are going to be things, because again, you're in receiving mode. So there's going to be a lot of things that are going to come to you. And I want you to make sure that you don't have to take all of them. Okay. There's a lot of opportunities, but you have the power and you don't have to settle. Okay. Especially if this is going to be a promotion or an advancement in your career. Okay. It just says stay present in the moment and do not let your thoughts jump ahead of you. Okay, because the thoughts is more of the ego. And I say this, the ego is a great what do I say? I didn't forgot. I didn't it's a great servant, but a horrible master. The ego is a great servant, but a horrible master. We lead from the heart now. And this heart, the wisdom is your heart card. The green is hearts. Okay. So now we don't have to lead from our traumas in our root chakra like we were before. And we don't have to lead from our ego. We can lead from our heart and stay in alignment with all the decisions that we're going to make moving forward. So there is a maturity. Even if you're a grown man, but you have matured, you know that, right? You have matured. This is the last session we've had, and you're going to continue to receive support because you have matured. You're able to take on more wisdom and know what to do with it. Whereas before, you might have taken it, but then you didn't apply it. And that's why I said moving forward with your father, we've got to get you to get into a place where if you're triggered, that you still, whoop, I'm glad the trigger came up. I'm not going to react. I'm going to sit back and respond. Do you see the difference between reaction and to responding? When we react, we're giving away our power again. And you just got a whole lot of power coming to you.
You mentioned that because I had got to the point because I was the only one that was like in charge of the house, next sibling in line. Yeah. I actually wanted to really hurt my dad.
Yeah.
I wanted to go get a knife out of the kitchen.
There's a lot of anger there, and you know what? Anger and love are in the same chakra. So sometimes, spirit just feels that frequency, and sometimes those frequencies, I don't want to say they get confused, but they get misinterpreted. Right. Okay. So we've worked through a lot of anger with your father. Is there anything else? Like, you can pull his picture up at this moment.
I got it.
Okay. So where do you want to go with this? Are you ready to have a relationship with your father? A healthy one?
Yes, I do. And
okay, there was a little hesitation. What were you thinking about when you did that hesitation?
I don't want to be responsible for his response.
Okay, you're not. Okay. Son, you're not.
Because I know,
You're not.
I've seen the pattern that he does.
No. Forgiveness means, what does forgiveness mean?
Throw it away.
Let it go. No, not throw it away. Just let it go. Those were his mistakes. Okay, that's why the wisdom card came out. It says, do I go with my heart or do I go against it? Am I ready to live in leadership? If you're ready to live in leadership, you're gonna be disappointed. There's gonna be times people disappoint you. There's gonna be times that people try to anger you, but that comes with being a leader. The leader has expectations. However, when it comes to your father, are you ready for a healthy relationship with him? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
The only person.
Say what?
He's the only person I know that's seen me since a child until now.
Okay. So we're gonna channel with him again, okay, and see if you're really ready and if anything comes up when we talk, okay? So you're gonna call me up. Hello?
Hi, Dad.
Hey, son.
So how was work today?
Oh, wow. I'm really surprised to hear from you. Do you need some money? Or what are you calling me for? This is so like out of the blue.
I know I don't call as much, but I just wanted to talk because I know it's something that we haven't done in the past. So I'm just here to say hi and how you doing.
Wow.
See how your feelings are.
Oh man, I'm really surprised. I don't know what to say. I'm doing good. Would you like to maybe get together and then we can talk about, we can meet each other? Are you okay with that? Or do you just
Sure.
want to talk to me on the phone?
Yeah. I mean, we can do either or.
Okay.
Whatever works for you.
Okay. Let's do that. Let's plan out. We're going to have a father and son time together and we'll go do something. How does that make you feel?
Feel good.
You feel good?
Yeah, I feel good.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon then.
Okay.
Come up with a date. Let's do it real soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Dad.
I love you.
Love you too.
Okay. So there's still a little bit of the inner child in there. There's still a little bit of the inner child in there. There's still a little bit of nervousness when it comes to your father. You're definitely going to go back and watch this one because I want you to really know that you're able to receive whatever he gives you. And if he doesn't want to give you anything, you're still full. I need you to have the feeling that you're full, that you don't need anything from him. You just want to know how he is. Because I still feel like there was that you want something from him. Okay. It's that depending on what he says and what his reaction is, I will be able to respond to that. And it's no, I'm great. I'm reaching out to you. My life is just, I've had so many shifts in my life lately, and I'm ready to bring you back into my life and have a healthy relationship with you. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, work on that. I want you to play in the mirror this week before you speak with him. Okay. And I want you to get your confidence up, because if I know, I feel like I have your dad's presence a little bit, and understanding the history and understanding the hurt and pain and some of the trauma that you went through or that you experienced. He's not healthy where you are. And I just want you to be 100% healthy, because you're going to go into some unhealthy situations. You can't avoid them. You can't avoid them. So going in and talking to him, you might get a whole lot of different things, but at the same time, I really just want you to be whole. Spirit wants you to be whole and not give two darns what his reaction is. But if it's a yes, then we go with it. If it's a no, I did the best I could, and my best is enough. Okay? Because I want you to not have that question about where is this relationship going to go, or where is it at? I don't want you to be in limbo with your father. So I know that there is some motivation for you to reach out to him, but I want that confidence to be there as well. Okay. So this week I would say, let's see, just work on it today and tomorrow. It doesn't have to be you don't have to do it for hours, but really just kind of get those first couple sentences that you want to say to him. See how that feels on you. Be confident with that, and then go and contact him. Get your independence. You're not the little child anymore. You're very much matured. So there's no reason why you need anything from him other than just to say hello. It's not that you don't need his love. You already have his love. Even if he doesn't show it to you, he created you. You're a healthy man. You're a prospering man. So you really don't need anything from him. So work on that, because there's still a little bit of the little child, the inner child. I don't want to say little, I want to say the inner child that's kind of like wants something in return. And I need you, when you approach him, to not need shit from him. Okay? Hey, Dad, how are you? I'm reaching out. I ain't talked to you. What's up? Like, you want to get together and talk, or just go and see so we can see each other? How far away are you from him?
Just across town. It's like I'm on the south side.
And how long have you seen him? How long has it been?
I think it was about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 2 weeks ago since you've seen him? Okay. And how did that conversation go?
It was just short. It's really
Dry-ish?
no long conversation, nothing.
Okay,
Our conversation usually be short and sweet.
okay,
But
okay.
that's
Well,
like I said, I have that wall up and it's just like,
yes, but we've expanded that wall.
yeah,
It's, like I said, it's still there. I saw it. I can't lie and say, oh, you ain't got no wall there. You still do. You very much still do. What we did was we made it wider so that you can still receive more love. And then eventually, you see all that? Yes, eventually, spirit and we can all come in and give you even more. But you're like this and you let it down a little bit. But now what we did was expand it. Okay. And in those meditations, I'll be creating another one. In the next one, what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to thin the wall, right? Because some people are okay with the wall. And I'm not going to say that a wall isn't necessary. I'm not going to say that. I didn't live your trauma. I feel your trauma, but I didn't live it for myself. So I don't want to say like, don't have a wall, have a filter. Okay, so imagine bringing down the wall and putting up a nice see-through filter so that you still get to see everything that's going on and that you get to choose what you want to experience and what you want to let into your being. Okay, there's a difference. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Okay, so you got the wisdom card, which I really think is beautiful. Also working with green crystals for the heart chakra would be really, really beneficial for you this week. Okay. Emerald, crystal cola, crystal praise, malachite, moldavite is one that's very powerful. I don't know if everybody has moldavite, but moldavite's really, but emerald is really coming out strong. And as soon as I said that, the meter, every time when I said emerald, that came up. Yeah. So I think emerald would be a good one for you. Any more messages for Adrian this week? Do you have any more? And there's a passion, Adrian. So use this week with the.
Just tomorrow, me and my sister, when you brought up about the community, my sister was involved in gearing young men to steer away from guns and violence.
Yes.
So she called for 100 men, and she did this nice speech trying to get that fire under us for the city because we've seen so many our youth just passed away.
Yeah, look at that. Just passed away. Look at that.
Yeah.
Right. And then look, passion.
Yeah.
The completion. So I feel like this is good. Okay.
We're meeting up with 100 men and we're supposed to have a parade and exchange, but she didn't really say in the detail. So I'm just going into this fresh and just like be a willing vessel to do what I need to do.
Assist.
And then that evening I have my concert to do.
Oh, wow. You're busy. For the 100 men, please make sure you reach out to the veterans.
Okay.
That just came out. Speak with them, they're old souls as well, and they can speak from experience, and they also need that healing and that support as well from you. So make sure that you extend that to the veterans. Okay. Now your grandfather, he's passed on, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of like I really don't know him, but
Have you been to his gravesite? You should. Is it somewhere near?
It's in Arkansas.
Okay. I feel like I would love for you to put together like a mock funeral for the people. Yes. For people that have passed on that you did not get to say goodbye to. Okay, people because I feel like there's a connection that can be made with your ancestors and guides to come through, and some of your lineage to come through with the wisdom. There's some things that they went through so that you don't have to. And I do feel like celebrating them is going to strengthen the connection with them if you so choose that you want to do that. I have an altar in my house, so I'm always honoring the ones that have passed on, because they're really not passed on. They're just in a different frequency, and I can still access them. And that and something, because it's really strong every time I've mentioned that, but I feel like that like your father lineage, your dad, your patriarch lineage I just want you to, I know there's stuff on your mom's side, but really we're focusing on your father because it's such a huge impact that you have with him, and it goes so much deeper. And yes.
Are you talking about because the only granddad I really spoke of was on my mom's side.
Yeah.
I don't know what side, and I didn't know my stepdad's family is very small. So, but I just
This
know.
is your grandfather on your daddy's side.
So stepdad.
And ask your dad ask about him, ask about people, ask what at least get their names, get as much information on their names and birthdays so that we can do honor for them. Because if ain't nobody else honoring them, damn it, somebody got to be honoring them. You know, you would want the same thing for you. I don't want to give you too much homework, but I do see that there is this.
But the only thing, I didn't know anything about him, but I knew he just.
Was he in the military? Do you know?
Not sure. I just know his mind was way out there. So I don't know how true that is. So,
but sometimes the people that say their minds were way out there, they're the ones that they're your psychics, your mystics, your sages. They're the ones that came too early, that were here too early. I don't want to say too early, but they were ahead of their time. So stuff that he said probably didn't make sense to them. It would make perfect sense to you.
I just thought that's where he got all that anger from and all this stuff.
Well, anger sometimes comes from not being heard or not being understood, or just kind of resenting the experience that you're having because you're not, maybe he didn't have the guides and the support that he needed. You had a lot of anger in you, you know, you dealt with it differently. So I just feel that there's a missing link there. And I feel like
no, this had nothing to do with my real biological dad, right? So that's not going there, right?
This is your grandfather.
I mean, because I'm like, is it my real dad or my stepdad? So
no, this is your real dad. This is your real dad, your father's father. Oh yeah.
But I didn't know my dad. I didn't know.
Okay, so the guy that you've been referring to this, but I'm talking about. Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm kind of confused.
Okay, sure, so this is your father, your real blood father, and your blood father's father. There just needs to be some completion done with that. I know it sounds really weird, but
even if I never met him, I don't know my dad.
I know, but it's something that there's something there that you're missing that you need to know about. And I don't know if it's the way they passed or what disease they had, but any information that you can find, it would be great. There's something that's coming to completion. And if you don't find out anything, at least find out their name so that you can tell them, so that you can give them honor. It's not your fault. It's not their fault that you didn't get to know them. I just want you to know that. It's not their fault. It's life's fault that you didn't get to know them. But there's something there that's missing. And I feel like once you get that closure, you're going to feel more, I'm not going to say complete, but you're going to feel a lot of things get completed in your life because you do know your heritage, right? And this could also bring this also could to me feels like it could be someone that has passed on that is like DNA linked to you that's not able to come through because you don't even know what to call them. You don't even know what their name is. Do you even know their name?
I keep forgetting my real dad's name. I don't know why, but I think it's Richard, but I'm not sure.
Okay. I would just, you know what, call out to the angels and say, what do I need to know? Who do I need to give honor to? And see what comes up for you. Because like I said, I just feel like, you know, I was adopted, but I know who I had to go back. And they said the same thing about my real grandmother on my father's side, that she was the one that wasn't all there, but come to find out she was the psychic one. And it made me feel so much more stronger and more proud to be who I am because I figured out who she was. And I didn't feel alone. Does that, you know what I'm saying? So I do feel like between your dad and your real father and your real father's dad, there needs to be some type of ceremony to either welcome the men or to give them honor for passing on. Okay. Let that marinate for a little bit. And it's not something that you have to do immediately, but that is something that I feel will bring out some more clues to you and some of your own wisdom. Okay. Do you have any questions for me? I know
no,
it's a lot, right?
it was just about the
oh, the pendulum. Yes.
that's what you said earlier about the wisdom, because I'll be asked, okay, do I need to make this decision? Do I need to do this?
Okay. So what I want you to do.
Like, oh.
So what I want you to do is get into a calm state. You're just calm, right?
I know when it says no, because it comes through as no, but it's just like, okay.
Let me go grab mine. Hold on a second.
All right, I'm gonna use the restroom again.
Okay. Drink a lot of water. Okay.
All right.
You see it going crazy?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I brought the pendulum really close and I brought the selenite. So what I do is I have a selenite disc.
Okay.
And what I do
next is over here in the room.
now I do.
Do I need it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
What, pendulum?
No, myself. The clear
No,
paint.
I'm just telling you what I do, and if it resonates, it does. I just leave my pendulum on this, right?
And I do that every night.
Awesome.
Every time.
So what you do is you want to put it in your non-dominant hand, your left, right? Okay. Now for this exercise, I would probably remove the bracelets. Yeah. So that you get a clear, until you get it, and then you don't have any interferences. Okay.
Do I need to take my ring off? This is my wedding.
Is that your wedding ring?
Yeah, this one is.
Okay. Does it have diamonds on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Only thing I say about diamonds is they do magnify energy, but I wear diamonds all the time. I don't wear diamonds when I'm doing this type of work. Okay. But I don't want to encourage you to do something you don't feel comfortable doing. Okay.
And normally when I'm home, it's off, and when I'm doing my pendulum, I don't have.
It's for the practice. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to put it in your non-dominant hands, right? And you're going to just say, my inner and outer being.
My inner and outer being
are intrinsically connected.
Are intrinsically connected.
And I can access. Unconscious data.
Unconscious data.
Consciously whenever I choose.
Consciously whenever I choose.
So do you see what I said is my inner and outer being are intrinsically connected. I can access unconscious data consciously whenever I choose. So basically what I'm telling my pendulum is I can access the unconscious through this consciously, right? Okay, so you will go pendulum. Thank you, pendulum. You always want to say thank you. I love you, pendulum. Thank you so much for being a part of me. Pendulum, show me no. Show me no, pendulum.
Show me no.
Okay. And then you want to take note to the direction that no is showing you. And then you want to thank the pendulum. Thank you for showing me no.
For showing me no.
Okay. Okay, pendulum, stop.
Stop, pendulum.
Make sure you're breathing through this. All right, pendulum, show me yes.
Pendulum, show me yes.
Show me yes, pendulum. Show me yes. Can I get a yes, pendulum? Oh, thank you, pendulum. See, mine goes in circles for a yes.
Mine just goes this way.
Wow, you see how strong it is though?
Mm-hmm.
And it may help you to put your elbow on something so that you're not, it's not waving on its own.
Okay.
Okay. And just say my inner and outer being are intrinsically connected.
My inner and outer beings are intrinsically connected.
Intrinsically connected. I can access unconscious data.
I can contact unconscious data.
Consciously whenever I choose.
Consciously whenever I choose.
Okay. And then you thank your pendulum. And see, my pendulum is still showing me yes. Thank you. Show me yes. And I got a very strong yes.
Mine is showing me yes. Okay.
And then you take note of what your yes looks like. And then you thank your pendulum. Thank you, pendulum, for showing me yes.
Show me yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to stop my pendulum. Okay. Pendulum, stop. Thank you. Pendulum, show me no. Show me no, pendulum. Show me a no.
Show me no.
See, my no is going up and down. Thank you, pendulum. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, pendulum. So my yeses are in a circle and my no is an up and down.
So mine is like a cross.
Okay. Okay, but was it showing more though?
Yes.
Okay, you're seeing it. So then you can maybe write it down like today, my pendulum, yes, or whatever. And then keep practicing. You only need to practice with your pendulum for about 10 or 20 minutes. Don't overwhelm yourself. You'll get burnt out. We don't want you to get burnt out, okay? So then after you know your yeses and your nos, okay, pendulum, now you test it. Pendulum, is my name, pendulum, is my name Tony the Tiger? Answer, pendulum, is my name Tony the Tiger? My pendulum says no. It's waving up and down. Is my name Tony the Tiger? Okay, so I got to know. So I know for sure that my pendulum's not going to lie to me. You have to ask your pendulum, is it going to lie to you? Pendulum, are you going to tell me the truth? Pendulum, are you going, see, I'm getting a circle. I'm getting a yes. My pendulum's telling me that it is going to tell me the truth. A lot of people need those reassurances, even working with a pendulum, okay? Because they question it. So ask yourself like you would be asking yourself questions unconsciously. Because again, your inner, you might want to write this down. My inner and outer being are intrinsically connected. Okay. My inner and outer being are intrinsically connected. I can access unconscious data consciously whenever I choose. My inner and outer being are intrinsically connected. I can access unconscious data consciously whenever I choose. And I send it to you too. Okay. Continue to say that. You can say that every time before you start working with your pendulum. And then, like I said, again, always thank your pendulum, always thank your subconscious for giving you the guidance and that is clear, and then go with it. Do not use the pendulum and then don't go with the guidance, because then you're screwed. you'll never be able to trust yourself again.
And that's what I was did before, like the last one, because you told me to let go of stuff because I was trying different business, but like this one business I was thinking about, I asked my pendulum and it was telling me yes, but it was like some things came up that didn't allow it to go through.
Okay.
And when you said I need to release stuff, I need to
Uh-huh.
just focus, and I do that.
Uh-huh.
And then that kind of, helped me give me the answer. But by saying yes, I want to be able to, to really trust that when I need to go through it. But I was just thinking, like you said, if the wisdom comes, then I really don't need the pendulum.
Yeah.
Have that fine tune.
You've got so many different tools that you can utilize now. Again, you've got the mirror. You could do the mirror work with your father. You've got your pendulum. You've got your intuition. You've got your heart. You've got your family to support you as well. You're actually in a really good place, right? I would too. I feel like spirit wants you now to also set a goal. What is something physical that you would like to acquire? I feel like the inner child wants to be rewarded, right? And this could maybe you're going to be taking a small trip somewhere, maybe maybe some type of getaway, even if it's just for a couple, like a day or two, or maybe even just like a day excursion or something. But there's also
me and the wife was trying to go to Chicago.
Okay.
Time there because the weather is nicer, right?
Yeah.
And it's not, and I never really saw Chicago for what it is.
Are you guys gonna drive? Would you guys be driving? You drive there, right, or fly?
We'll drive, but we think about when we did it, we was gonna take a train.
Yeah, that would be really fun. I feel like you should set that goal and set a date and start building towards it. Instead of just talking about it, let's be about it.
Okay. Because we were supposed to do that. That was going to be our next trip, and then they called me back to work. So I'm just.
Oh well, it's still in the works. So don't be. It's okay about that. It's still in the works. It's still going to come through. It just needs you got to put it in fruition. You got to start setting a date, putting it on the calendar, and just calling it in. It's something that needs to happen. I feel like this will help bring that inner child, that happiness, that joy, that and that reward. We all want to be rewarded for the work we're doing, even on a soul level. And you want something, getting close to the water, seeing the sights. I love the trains. I love Amtrak's and the trains. It's a totally different experience than driving, flying, or things like that. So
I've never been on a train like that.
So see, there you go. That's why spirit wants you to do it. So definitely go ahead and chase that dream, go after it, and make it happen. Also, did I tell you about the release work to do for the next couple of days? What you're going to do is you're just going to set your timer. That release work is big time. Okay. Yeah. So, because the release work keeps coming up. You still got some people to forgive. So what you're going to do is I'm going to do it real quick with you before we conclude. I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen. Okay. Because this is big. We all need to do this. Okay. I'm going to set my timer. And for 2 minutes, for 2 minutes, all I want you to do is write down anyone that comes to your mind. Anyone's name, it could be mine, it could be yours, definitely put yours down. Anyone that comes to mind in the next 2 minutes, I want you to put it down. I don't want you to think about it. I just want you to write them down. I'm going to tell you why you're writing them down. Okay. Ready, set, go. Okay. How many people you got on your list?
Oh, I thought you was gonna say something. Then I write them down. I'm sorry, I missed.
Okay, ready?
Are you gonna say something? Then I write the names down.
You're gonna
Well,
start writing them down. You get 2 minutes to write people's names down.
What am I doing though?
Write people's names down. Whoever comes to your mind, I want you to write their name down.
Oh, just randomly comes in my head.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was you was gonna ask something.
Nope.
I'm
Ready?
sorry. Okay.
But Spirit's like, if you don't get this done.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
All right.
Set. Write names. That's true. Um, 13, 16. Well, this is it.
I don't have that many names.
You thinking? Anybody and everybody. Five, four, three. Okay, timer's up. Okay, who do you have on your list? People, who did you have? You have a lot of people. Let me see. Let me just see the list.
I got 6 people.
Okay, who's on this list?
I got myself,
Okay.
Diane,
Okay.
Portia, my stepdaughter,
Okay.
Asia, my daughter,
Okay.
my mom,
Okay.
Janaea.
Okay. Those are people you need to forgive. Those are people that there's some type of forgiveness that needs to be had, whether they need to forgive you or you need to forgive them. But there's just some type of something that's kind of little, I don't want to say deep rooted, but every time we have people on our mind, we may not know why we have them on our mind, but they're holding up space and they're not paying rent. Not all of them. Okay. So we forgive. Now, I didn't tell you that those are people you need to forgive, but those are people that are coming to your mind for some reason. There could have been a disagreement. There could have been an argument. There could have been conflict. There could have just been a different mindset when you came together with something. But those are people that you need to forgive. And you put yourself on there and you put your wife on there, which is great. So continue to do that. You want to do that. You want to set a timer for 2 minutes before you go to bed and get those people off your mind. Okay. And when you do that and you get them on a piece of paper, you can rest. You can feel that you don't have any anxiety. You can feel like you don't have to have a whole lot of the mind going on, because I'm pulling up a lot of this energy with you. The 10 of Swords. You're there. You're coming to your breakthrough. And the more you just continue to enjoy letting go, purging, and forgiving people, man, you just keep opening up more doors, right? Because then you have this 5 of Cups right here. And if you look at it, she's like ready to bury things. She's ready to let things go, or she's needing to. right? But look right behind there. She doesn't see that bowl because she could either be holding on or not letting go of these other cups, because there's all these other cups right here, right?
Right.
You see them? There's all these cups here, and she's needing to let these go because right around the corner is her blessings.
Okay.
So I want you to know, it's like digging a hole. Like, remember, because I keep saying like this funeral, something needs to happen with you, and you can put it together because you yourself are a sage. You're going to be able to create something to do the healing for you by tapping into your wisdom, and your wisdom is going to tell you exactly what to do. I told you, you have certain placements too. You could be doing some of the same stuff I'm doing. We all can. Right? So I feel like there's going to be this thing where you dig a hole and you let everything out and you bury that shit. You give it back to Mother Earth.
I know my best friend, at one time I told him, hey man, I saw your death.
And yeah.
He was cutting my hair, and he them clippers said, zzz. He said, what do you mean? I said, I don't want to talk about it. He said,
yeah, but so you did, but you should.
Yeah. So
you're connecting to your wisdom.
And from that moment on, I kept that on the lid. I said,
you gotta let it out.
My friend, my two best friends passed on me. And so I'm just conflict because I don't want to speak stuff. I said, you know how we said the power of the tongue.
Right.
I don't want to do that.
But sometimes listen, everything's about free will though. Everything's about free will. Do you believe what you I don't know. Sometimes as prophets and as sages and as seers, we see shit. And then to lie about it is to dim our light. If you see okay, so the guy, he's still alive though, right?
No, my
see?
My two friends are gone.
But so the guy that one?
Yeah.
But do you see?
And then God showed me my best friend Johnny, what I need to do for him in his life. That was my first experience. And that was something, and I know we talk about it all the time. He said, Adrian, don't worry about that. But it's just like I filled that void that was in his life, but it's just like that hurt. I didn't want to deal with that hurt because I never felt that hurt. Like you saw me crying on the video. That was the kind of hurt I felt when he passed, because I'm like, is there anything I could have done? I mean, I lost my best friend because I called him like the week after. I'm like, I can't call her no more.
Yes.
The deal.
Brace yourself. It's not always, like I said, it's not always glitz and glamour. It's not always rainbows and sunshine when we step into our wisdom and our power. You really need to think about that before you continue to move forward. Okay? I see death all the time. I do. But there's also a rebirth. I had someone in my house die. In January. My soul mom passed. Okay. And I knew it, but my ego would not let me accept it. And I went through things and I experienced things because I ignored my intuition. Okay. And it does. Intuition.
But in those moments, what were you supposed to do in those moments? Are you just like making sure you spend time with them, or just like, what is?
Yes. Making sure that I celebrate their life, making sure that I tell them I love them, making sure that I cover all my bases before they do pass.
You paused, so I didn't get any of that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, because I celebrated her. I made sure I told her I loved her, and it was me being able to brace myself for the grief. I started grieving for her kind of a little bit before she passed away because I knew that she was ready to give up. And you know what? I can't be mad at death. I can't, like I was upset, and I want her here really bad. At the same time though, I know that she had something better to do.
And that felt me when Johnny passed. That made me feel really, really good because he would come back and tell me stuff, but it was just like
when you said his name, the thing went up.
Okay, he was like, "Yo, you did what you did." It's just like, because like you said, we as empath, we're kind of like
Mhm.
a loner. But
Yeah,
for me, he brought that inner child out of me for
yeah.
sure, for sure.
It's the people that it's the people that have passed on that are really you're needing to go ahead and grieve all of them. I feel like that maybe that's what spirits really wanted me to culminate this and say is there's a lot of people that you've lost along your way, along your journey. I would like you to make a list of them, even the ones you didn't know or the ones that came before you, which is your true descent, your father and your real grandfather, and even on your mom's side. I need you to make peace with people. Okay. I need you to create some type of like, I'm going to celebrate you today. I'm going to do something because it's dealing with grave. It's dealing with earth. You keep getting like needing to dig a hole and put something in it.
And
What?
I always credit Johnny because he the one that kind of like opened my eyes to eating better because he passed with cancer,
Yes.
eating better, and I was like, Johnny, I'm not on that level.
Oh,
But
and
when he done that, my mind shift, and I said, oh, and every time it's like every time I pick up a nice little green veggie or something, I think of him. It's just like,
yeah.
oh yeah. So it resonates with me. So like you said, people just they move on to something else. It's
Yes.
not like
They're not
already
gone. They're just
yeah.
moving on. And that's why that's why for this session with you specifically, I knew to bring this because I want you to know that spirit is always with us. And I want you to create a new relationship with these people, with these beings, because I remember I told you you had Pisces.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, yes. You're going to tap in more into that and you're going to be like, I want you to be comfortable in that realm. There's a realm for you specifically. It is dealing with people that have passed on. You may also be getting messages from people that want to come to you so that you can help them transition. I don't know what all this is going to mean for you. It's not going to be something like in one day we have the exact answer to it. However, it is dealing with something with burial and funeral, like some type of completion. You keep getting the tens, and I don't know if you've been seeing tens, but you keep getting like completion, tens. So to me, this is saying like you're either here to help people transition, right? By either knowing that they're going to pass on, maybe even just at that moment, that gives you the opportunity to say that you love them and to make good and peace with them. And also maybe to help, like you say, these 100 men so that they can move on to the next part of their journey with the right mindset, right? Some people get caught up between worlds, sometimes spirit does, and sometimes there's some of us that are here to help transition them, and they didn't transition, whether it's because it could have been through trauma. That's why I asked if your grandfather had passed away or if he was in military, because I feel like some of his trauma has been passed down to you guys.
My dad, that I don't know, he was in the Air Force.
Boom.
And Arkansas was the Navy, the air base for them.
Yes.
Come through.
Okay. So, and your real father's gone too, right?
I don't even know because I have intuition to do it, but like I said, when I told my dad I was going to do that, he was like, "You don't need to know your father. I am your dad.
Okay.
I'm the person you need to know." So I kind of like buried that a little bit, and
yeah, let's not bury that. Let's not bury it that way.
Okay.
Let's have a proper burial for your people. Okay. There's something that it is going to be a clue, whether it's the way they passed away, right? Whether disease, you need to know. Whether if they had any disease, you need to know. Right? Because then you can break the cycle, the generational cycles there. And the less you know, you don't
know where to go.
Boom. And like I said, there's a strong military presence in your patriarch side. Okay. And I just feel like this is going to bring more wisdom, more acceptance and aha moments to you when you just ask spirit, like, who are my real parent? Who's my real family? And how do I bring them forward so that I can make peace with them? And this is you and your relationship relationship with them, not who your stepdad and this and that and that and that. Right?
Right.
Yes. And maybe there's something they don't want you to know, but you really do need to know. Okay. So I'd go on that little journey. I think it'll bring some closure to you as well. And it'll also bring some wisdom. And who doesn't want closure and wisdom, right?
Right.
So homework assignments, because you got a lot. You do. The first I just want you to do is every day for at least 3 days in a row, set a timer for 2 to 5 minutes and write down people that come to mind and people that you want to forgive. I will expand that out to say people I would love to forgive, or I would love for them to forgive me. Okay.
At 2 to 3 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes. So I got such a timer for. Imagine for every person you write down on the list, $1,000 comes to you. Okay. For every person that I remove out of this feeling of unforgiveness and unforgetting, for every person that I remove from my being, I will attract $1,000 for each one of them. Okay. It works. You'd be surprised. You say you want that extra money and you don't know where it's coming from. That's where it's going to come from.
Okay.
That's where it's going to come from. Do it for 2 to 3 minutes. If you feel like doing it longer, do it longer. Okay.
So when I'm doing this, I just say, just certain things I say.
Okay. So the title is, I am releasing you and you are releasing me. And then write your list. And then you could also write yourself on there, right? The old you.
Right.
Every moment you're changing. Every moment you're different. If you feel like you're going through something and you're judging yourself for it, forgive yourself. Put yourself on that list. Right? And then you can either bury it or you can burn it. You can cremate it or you can bury it. Same way with death. And then what happens after we celebrate the death? Rebirth.
Right.
Yes, and that's what we're ready for. We're ready for the rebirth. Okay? So that's going to be the one thing that I really want you to do, to focus on. And I usually do that on my full moon and my new moon sessions, but you can do that at any time you want. Okay. I feel like this is really just a time for you because your portal is open. Even if everybody else's ain't, yours is open for you to go ahead and do that. Okay. So we're going to work with that. We're also going to do the mirror work or the picture work with our stepfather. Yes. Yep. And, build our confidence up so that we can contact him and reach out, because you do say you want a healthy relationship with him. Right. I won't put a time on that because I know that that's not your biological father. And I'd really like to see you at least get some names for your biological father and your biological grandfather. Okay. So those would be just things that you work on this month, you know? Okay. And I just feel like there's going to be, because again, there's fragments of you that are missing. And they are very much they're very much a part of you. So again, I didn't know my grandmother or even know her name or much about her until last year. And now I honor her every day at my altar. And she comes to me. She comes.
Now, did you research through your own family or did you have to go outside source? Or?
No, I asked my dad because I was adopted. Okay. And my dad, I asked Spirit, I asked the universe to give me, let me, I want to know my people. And I went through that part of my life where I wanted to know, more about myself. And then my father actually gave me pictures of her because I asked my father, I did ask him, and I asked for pictures or whatever. And then he put together a photo album and I have pictures of her, and she's at my altar. And I'm going to tell you this. My relationship with my dad has improved. My relationship with my brothers and my siblings has improved. They're actually on a group text as of today because we're all supposed to be meeting in Vegas. And these are miracles that I never planned or anticipated. Okay. And just having her energy and putting her at my altar welcomed in that support for me. And I feel like our angels and our guides do things for us that we are unable to do for ourselves. and they also bring our families together. Okay.
If I had a picture of my real dad, would that help?
Yes.
I think my auntie might have one.
I think you should talk to your real father. I really think you do. Even if you don't know if he's alive or not, I feel like you should make an attempt or make effort to make a connection with him. I don't know what it's going to do for you, but I feel like there's some wisdom behind it. And there's also a part of the royalty. There's a part of, there's something good. It ain't all bad. Let me just tell you that. It ain't all bad. And I feel like it's going to help you. I feel like it's going to help you to know really where you come from and who your father and your grandfather is, so that you can hold your head up and know, again, that they made sacrifices so you don't have to. And it could even be the way they passed away. Okay. If like I found out that my real grandmother on my mom's side passed away from stomach cancer. So what do I do with that information? Prevention is better than the cure, right? Boom. So if I didn't know, I probably would be eating bad like I was. I probably would. I shifted in my own being because I know what my generational curses were. You don't know what your generational curses are. You're assuming. There's a big difference there. So just do the work. I don't think nowadays it'll be really hard for you to track that or research it. Okay. But just work on those things. Okay. And just continue to enjoy the moment. You're doing really good. You've had some huge breakthroughs. Every week ain't going to be about breakthroughs. Okay. Every day ain't going to be about a breakthrough. Every day is just really just being in gratitude. Right. So if you want to call something in, I want to thank my angels and guides and ancestors for always being here when I ask them to, right? I want to thank my angels, ancestors, and guides for always being there when I need them most, so that you can see that you do have, and you have that support, and it'll show up for you in ways that you had no knowing of, okay? But work on the forgiveness and letting go, because now you're opening up more to receive, way more. And when we work on that heart and that root chakra, that's money.
Amen. Amen to that.
That's the money shot right there. And so it is. All right, my love. Well, you are good to go. Do you have any more questions or anything?
No, I feel good. I'll take all that in, and then
it was a lot today. I never know where the sessions are going to go, or what's gonna come up during them. I have my other computer, and I'm going to sit here and do what I said I was going to do.
Now the thing is, because maybe this is why I couldn't do my vision board, because I had planned to do it this year.
Oh yeah.
It was just like things I didn't know where I was going and what I really want to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, I knew music was going to be in there, but I didn't know I was going to be. I'm all about living healthy and this health business and different things. So, but by me laying that on the side, now I can really kind of hone. Yeah. Me and the wife, we already had a family business plan.
Yeah.
And I told her, I told her that today, that we need to start and do it on a small scale. Whatever we was planning to do, let's start putting that in motion.
Start putting it in motion. Yeah, just small steps, baby steps. Yeah. I'll put one more card. Yep. See, it's time to decide. So what does it say?
Make a decision based on your heart and true desire.
Boom. And what did we activate today?
My heart.
Boom. Boom. And be confident in what you decide. And know that it's not wrong. It's an experience. There is no wrong. Okay? There's no wrong. There's no wrong. It's all about who's judging the wrong. It's not, there's nothing wrong. It's time to make decisions though. Okay? Continue to go outside, make your wishes, make sure the spirit, don't let spirit forget about you now. And I do see something with children. It says your life purpose involves helping children and healing children. Okay, so you on your vision board, start putting on just a couple things here and there. Now that's a whole nother session with vision boards. I am a vision board queen. Let me just tell you that. I have a lot
I saw that in one of your YouTube videos. You said something happened. You can see I put that on my board. You can see it right here.
Yes, I get really excited. I've called everything in with vision boards. So I'm gonna do a workshop here pretty soon. But I honestly tell you this, I used to be a real vigilant, hyper vigilant person. And I used to be going all the time. And then spirit slowed me all the way down.
And that's what
Especially when my soul mom passed away, everything came to a halt. So now I can look at my house and I know my house, you know, I could straighten it up and do, it doesn't overwhelm me anymore. I don't feel guilt about certain things because I know that all in all, I'm being who the hell I'm supposed to be, right? I'm being who.
That's the conversation I just had with my wife today. I said, okay, you don't need to take on no more projects. We need to deal with what we have now and
just enjoy what we have, not deal with it, but enjoy it.
Well, she you know, always she has, like you said, she has these ideas, and I'm like, okay, let's go back on these other ideas that we can connect and let's build from that. And then
let's feel from, no, wait, feel them out. I always say, let me feel into it, because what I decided I wanted to do a year ago may not be what I want to do today. Okay. And you're always subject to change. Just feel into them. Does it bring passion into my life? Does it make me feel good? What did the wisdom card say? Is it going to matter in the future? That's what your wisdom card said. Is it going to matter?
Right.
Okay. But just plan the trip. Start small.
Yep.
Plan the trip and let everything else fall around and just kind of like blossom around the trip. If the trip needs more money, let the money come, because I already planned the trip. It's not the money comes and then I plan the trip. It's I plan the trip and then the money comes. Okay. You'll be good. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to, while this is, because this is on my new computer, I'm going to go ahead and send this one to you. And then I got to go back. See, this one doesn't open up all the way.
Okay.
This is as far as it opens. So
really? Okay.
I'm working with it. I'm gonna do those today. So I'll be sending you this one first, and then I'll go back and find your other one and send it to you. What I'm gonna do is they come on a YouTube link, and then only you can watch it on YouTube.
Okay. All right.
Okay. It's a private link. So I'll send that to you through your Facebook Messenger so you have it. Okay.
That's fine.
All right.
All righty.
See you again. Bye-bye.
Bye.